Morning.
Morning.
Hope everybody's well this morning. I'm going to call this action meeting to order. And since it's a new day, our first order on the agenda is going to be to say the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You know, you think about that, I've said this before, but one nation, indivisible. We've got some work to do, folks. Need to keep working on that. Our first listed item on the agenda is public comment. Is there anyone from the public that would like to speak this morning? All right, hearing none, we'll move to the approval of our minutes. They were distributed in your package. Are there any comments or questions? Ms. Sellers moves approval. Is there a second? Second. Dr. Smoot seconds. All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed say no. Are there any abstentions? All right, thank you very much. Now we're going to move to an item where I think we got some good news and we got some bad news. It's the old joke, right? And the good news is we have Robbie Prezioso with us this morning to talk about a couple items, and the bad news is it's going to be his last meeting with us. Mr. Prezioso is retiring after 32 years of incredible service to the Commonwealth at VDOT. Robbie, you know, is a Mechanicsville guy, Virginia Tech. Go Hokies. Sorry about last weekend, sir. Yeah. Just remember one thing. Old Dominion University is a daughter of Virginia Tech and William & Mary. So if they beat them, it's like your daughter beating a parent, and that's sort of okay, right? I mean, I know it's not okay, but it's sort of okay. But Robbie joined the force here 32 years ago. He went through the engineering trainee program, and they moved him across various districts, Richmond and Fredericksburg, and ultimately he's our head maintenance engineer here at VDOT now. And so, sir, congratulations and really much more appreciation for everything that you've done. You know, we've got, as everybody knows, we've got a massive highway system, third largest in the country that VDOT oversees. And I'm not sure what's harder, construction or maintenance, but I'd say maintenance, because it's there and we look at it and we point at it when it's not right. And it's really easy to point at stuff as you drive down the highway. So Robbie and his team have made sure that it looks pretty darn good in Virginia. And I'll tell you, as a guy who's driven up and down the eastern seaboard a number of times in my life, and some more recently than not, you go in Virginia, and Virginia looks different than a lot of other states, to the north and to the south. North Carolina's pretty good. You get in some other states, it's a little bit more troubling, and certainly when you go north, you see a lot of stuff that we don't see here in Virginia. So I think we take it for granted, but it's people like Robbie, the commissioner, the deputy commissioner, and the whole team that makes it as good as it is. And it's not that we're perfect, because we're not. We can do better. But Robbie, congratulations and thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for the kind words. I know Virginia has the third largest network in the nation when you look at the Virginia DOT, and our maintenance team is unparalleled when you look across the nation. You think about what we do in Virginia, whether it's all the way out in Bristol in the mountains dealing with, they'll get snow in about 30 days. And then you go down to the beach and we're building tunnels and we have all these unique things to take care of. We have the super urban areas to take care of. And the fact that our maintenance teams are so flexible and so able to take care of whatever comes up, whenever comes up. We talk about sometimes that, you know, maintenance is a constant state of emergency, but our goal is we never fail. And that's what we do in Virginia, and that's what the Virginia DOT maintenance team does every day. Construction is great, it builds, it grows, and it is a dynamic economic engine for the Commonwealth, but maintenance keeps it moving. So you build on top of what the maintenance already delivers. So, but I do thank you for the kind words. after losing again to ODU, I figured it was time to get out. I couldn't walk down the hall and see the commissioner anymore. So,
Well, Robbie, when I sold my business in 2017, I quipped my employees on a sort of a virtual chat for some of them and others in a big room, but I was sort of, it was humorous. It was intended to be humorous. I said I had mixed emotions, joy and happiness. The truth is that was not the emotion. And the truth is, I hope for you, it's a combination of a little bit of sadness, but a lot of pride. Sadness in leaving the folks and leaving behind something you have really worked hard on, and pride for what you've done. But also, I know you're looking at other opportunities, and that's exciting and fun in life. So good luck. We wish you all the best. And
thank you, sir.
we're going to grill him hard on item number 1, folks. So get out your questions and your pencils, and let's give Robbie a good send-off. So, Mr. Prezioso, number 1, action on the commemorative naming at the request of Buchanan County of the bridge on Route 611 Greenbrier Road over Greenbrier Creek, Buchanan County, as the Sergeant Godfred Blankenship Memorial Bridge located within the Bristol District. Did I say that right? Is it Godfred?
It's Godfred, yes,
Godfred. Mr. Prezioso.
So I hope the board had a chance to read the brief on this. Looking over this, it reads like a John Wayne movie. This individual, the Buchanan Board of Supervisors enacted a resolution in August of this year to honor Sergeant Godfrey Blankenship for providing the ultimate sacrifice to our country. He was born in Vicey, Virginia on April 28, 1938. He eventually enlisted in the Marine Corps, and his occupation was he was a rifleman in the 1st Marine Division of the 1st Recon Battalion in the 1st Force. He's remembered for his heroic achievements, specifically associated with work in Vietnam. When you look back to March 25th, 1967, the January to March time frame, he was a reconnaissance platoon sergeant and a patrol leader for the 1st Reconnaissance Company of the Fleet Marine Force. He exhibited extraordinary degree of professional skill and sound judgment. If you read further, it talks about he was on a patrol in January of 1967, and his unit was hit by the Viet Cong. His team returned fire. They killed 3 of the enemy before they could withdraw, and he led his patrol out of the area safely, capturing weapons, documents. On another patrol later in the month, he and 4 other members were wounded by a booby trap, but he assisted in the control of his team and the medical evacuation of the wounded. Lastly, in March of that year, he was mortally wounded by an enemy mine. His outstanding courage and devotion were in keeping with the highest traditions of the Marine Corps. Sergeant Blankenship was awarded during his life the Bronze Star, the Purple Heart, Combat Action Ribbon, the Marksmanship Badge, the National Defense Service Medal, the Vietnam Campaign Medal, the Vietnam Service Medal, the Marine Corps Presidential Unit Citation, and the Vietnam Gallantry Cross. VDOT is not aware of any objections to this naming.
Thank you, Mr. Prezioso. Let me just say this. When we have an opportunity to do these things, it could be sort of looked as perfunctory in sort of what we do, but it's not. And you read about this guy and sort of what as Mr. Prezioso sort of likened him to John Wayne, except this was real, not fake. And you read about this guy and others like him who have done what they've done so we can be here, and it's pretty special. So with that, I'd like to call Ms. Dunlop for a motion. Is there a second? Ms. Dunlop moves and Ms. Sellers seconds. Is there further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say no. And any abstentions, and we're going to rise. I'm losing my way here, folks, this morning. We're going to rise in silence to affirm our action of yes vote. Amen. Yeah, Robbie, you talked about John Wayne. I got to tell you, I'm an old TV show kind of guy. I missed probably 30 years of new TV. I just watch the old shows. And for some of y'all who are closer to my age than not, who watch these old shows or watch the old shows, a few years back, I saw the first Gunsmoke episode, right? The first one. And I was stunned because you know who introduced it? John Wayne. He comes on and he says, "Hi, I'm John Wayne, got this new young guy, Jim Arness, my friend. This is going to be a great show, son. Gunsmoke." Look it up on the internet. So he does the lead in to the first Gunsmoke show. I was like, wow, that's unbelievable. Anyway, sorry. I digress. Mr. Prezioso, item number 2, action on the commemorative naming at the request of Accomack County of the section of State Route 316 from the northern town limit of the town of Parksley to the Shore Main Drive intersection in the town of Bloxham as the David R. Chew Jr. Memorial Road located within the Hampton Roads District. Mr. Prezioso.
Thank you, sir. Again, this is a commemorative naming for a roadway for the David R. Chew Jr. Memorial Roadway in Accomack on Route 316. It would go from the northern town limits to Parksley to Shoreman Drive in the town of Bloxham. Accomack County enacted a resolution in March of this year to honor the life service to his community and the ultimate sacrifice of David R. Chew. According to their resolution, Mr. Chew began his career in March of 2001 in the Bloxham Volunteer Fire Department, rising up to the rank of lieutenant. He served the county of Accomack for 11 years as a firefighter and an EMT faithfully until he lost his life in the line of duty while serving the county on July 16, 2012. So although this isn't a John Wayne movie, this is absolutely representative of the core of our communities and the core of service to Accomack County. So VDOT has received no opposition to this request.
Mr. Prezioso, I had the honor of serving in the volunteer fire department when I was in college at Hampton-Sydney. We had like the oldest continuous, volunteer fire department in a school, and fought a bunch of different kinds of fires. Thankfully, I didn't ever have any sort of injury or scare at this level, but it's a dangerous profession, and God bless this man. So, Mr. Stamp?
Move approval of that resolution, sir.
We have a motion. Do we have a second? Ms. Sellers seconds. If you will join with me to show your affirmative vote in rising in silence, please. Amen.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Prezioso. Godspeed, our friend. Have some fun. Speaking of fun, the next item on the agenda is way fun. The award-winning fun CFO of VDOT, Laura Farmer, is here to present in lieu of Kim Pryor, who is not here today. So, Ms. Farmer, item number 3, action on the FY 26 to 31 6-year improvement program transfers June 21-25 through August 15-25. Ms. Farmer.
Yes, sir. So this month's transfers just include the allocation of the local paving projects which were added to the program in the previous CTB meeting. There are also 2 projects with construction district grant funds greater than the threshold transfers, which also have board member concurrence. Be happy to answer any specific questions about the transfers.
Anyone have any questions about these transfers? All right, hearing none, is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Dr. Smoot moves. Mr. Laird seconds. Is there any further discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed say no. Are there any abstentions? Thank you very much. Item number 4, action on addition of projects to the 6-year improvement program for fiscal years 26 through 31. Ms. Farmer.
Yes, sir. The list of projects being added this month represents a list of safety projects, mostly trench widening, and then an on-call regional signal contract. Be happy to answer any questions.
Any comments or questions? Hearing none, is there a motion to approve? Ms. Sellers moves, Ms. Green seconds. There's further discussion. All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed say no. Are there any abstentions? Thank you, Ms. Farmer. Local assistance, Ms. Angel Dean. Item number 5, action on the Virginia Byway designation, Route 675, 2 segments in Shenandoah County located in the Stanton District. Ms. Dean.
Yes, sir. Mr. Secretary, members of the board, as presented to you all in July, Shenandoah County requested the board consider designation of a total of 3.67 miles along Route 675 as a Virginia byway. The designation will result in the entirety of this route in Shenandoah County being designated as such. VDOT has verified the suitability of these segments for designation along with a review of the required documentation, and as such, I recommend your approval.
Thank you, Ms. Dean. Are there any comments or questions? Do we have a motion to approve?
Mr. Chairman, I move the approval of the resolution.
Mr. Good seconds, Mr. Good motions, and Mr. Lawson seconds. Is there further discussion? What a beautiful part of the world you all get to live in, and this is a beautiful place in that beautiful part of the world. So if there are no comments or questions, we have a motion and a second. All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed say no. Are there any abstentions? Thank you very much. Item number 6, action on economic development access to Ravenna Futures, Project Econ-002-061, Albemarle County, located in the Culpeper District. Ms. Dean.
Yes, sir. As presented to the board in July, Albemarle County has requested EDA funding support for the design of an extension to Boulders Road or Route 1600 with the intent of providing access to 172 acres of undeveloped property known as Ravenna Futures. The VEDP has designated this property as a major employment and investment site, making it eligible for increased EDA funding. The request is for a total of $621,000 from the EDA program to fund the design to extend this existing 4-lane road by 0.3 miles. The total cost of the design is estimated at $742,000. The project meets all eligibility criteria, and as such, I recommend your approval.
Are there any comments or questions? Folks, I would tell you that, I was looking for something here, but Ravenna Futures is something that's been on our radar screen for a few years, at least on mine for a few years now. And it's a place north of Charlottesville that is really going to grow nicely in Virginia. There's been a lot of investment there. There's a lot of sort of government cyber stuff there. That's not exactly accurate, but it's accurate enough for me. Stuff I don't understand, but they're really smart people making sure we're safe. And there's a lot of other stuff going into that corridor. So this is a particularly good investment in my view, and I would ask for a motion to approve.
So moved.
Captain Byers moves, and Ms. Sellers seconds. Is there further discussion?
I got a question.
Yes, sir. Dr. Smith.
Is this the same program that we have used many times? Funds for industrial access?
Yes, sir.
Requirement that if it doesn't occur within 5 years, the locality has to pay it back or something to that effect?
Yes. And when it's an undesignated employer, there's a surety that's required. For this specific case, it's for design only, so the design has to be completed and approved by VDOT within a 2-year time frame.
All right, any further questions? We have a motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say no. Are there any abstentions? Thank you, Ms. Dean. Next item on the agenda is in location and design, Mr. Emmett Heltzel. Item number 7, Mr. Heltzel. Action on limited access control changes for Route 620 Braddock Road, multimodal improvements at I-495 Fairfax County located in the Northern Virginia District. Mr. Heltzel.
Good morning, Mr. Secretary, members of the board. This project is to provide for some multimodal improvements along Braddock Road, thus requiring the limited access control shift The department did hold a public hearing for the project and gathered public input. It is endorsed by the Director of Transportation in Fairfax County. We've completed all of our NEPA environmental documentation, and FHWA has approved this adjustment. And I recommend the board's approval of the action.
Are there any comments or questions? Do we have a motion to approve?
Chairman, as the second Northern Virginian on this board, I would move approval of this item.
Thank you, Mr. Minshew. Is there a second? Ms. Green, second. So we have a motion and we have a second. Is there further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say no. Are there any abstentions? Thank you very much. Item number 8, action on proposed limited access control changes I-95 Opitz Boulevard sidewalk at Centera Hospital, Prince William County, located in the Northern Virginia District. Mr. Heltzel.
Mr. Secretary, members of the board, this is a local project entirely funded by Prince William County, and the purpose is to complete a missing sidewalk link on the north side of Opitz Boulevard. There was a willingness for a public hearing posted for the project, but no takers for a hearing or other comments. FHWA has approved these shifts, and Prince William County has provided their endorsement, and I recommend the board's favorable action.
Are there any comments or questions? Is there a motion to approve?
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Minshew moves. Is there a second? Second. Ms. Dunlop seconds. Is there any further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say no. Any abstentions? Thank you very much. Item number 9, action on location approval for the Berkmar Drive Extended, Route 1403 and Airport Road, Route 649 Connector Road, Albemarle County, located in the Culpeper District. Mr. Heltzel.
Mr. Secretary, members of the board, this short 0.2 mile addition completes a vital part of the local network. The department held a public hearing. It has been endorsed by the Albemarle County Board of Supervisors. We have completed all of our state environmental review processes, and I recommend the board's favorable action.
Is there any comments and questions, or questions? Is there a motion to approve? So moved. Captain Byers moves, Ms. Green seconds. Or is there any further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say no. Are there any abstentions? Thank you very much, Mr. Heltzel.
Thank you, Mr. Secretary.
Our next item is Financial Planning Division. Ms. Farmer's back at the dais. Item number 10, Ms. Farmer, action on approval and authorization of the Commissioner of Highways to execute a TIFIA direct agreement between the Virginia Department of Transportation, the Hampton Roads Transportation Accountability Commission, and the United States Department of Transportation for the Hampton Roads Express Lanes Network. Ms. Farmer.
Yes, sir, Mr. Secretary. This resolution and the supporting materials relate to the briefing I made yesterday related to the direct agreement among VDOT, HR TAC, and the US DOT, and gives the Commissioner permission to execute that agreement.
Any comments or questions? Mr. Stant.
Move approval.
Got a motion for Mr. Stant. Is there a second? Dr. Smoot seconds. Is there further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say no. Are there any abstentions? Thank you very much, Ms. Farmer. Mr. Statler, Virginia Passenger Rail Authority, item number 11. Welcome this morning, sir.
Thank you, Mr.
Hope
Secretary.
you're well.
Thank you, sir. Members of the board, good morning. Earlier this year, we brought the Virginia Passenger Rail FY 26 to 31 capital plan here. You all approved it. Back in July, we brought an amendment here and described some money we were moving internally to include a shift of $124 million from our board reserve into projects as a result of the Long Bridge negotiations completion and also the completion of negotiations on the Franconia-Springfield bypass. I'm here today to ask you to officially approve that amendment.
Are there any comments or questions? Is there a motion to approve? Ms. Sellers moves. Is there a second?
Second.
Mr. Good seconds. Is there further discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed say no. Are there any abstentions? Thank you very much, Mr. Statler.
Thank you all.
Have a great day. Mr. Cole, Traffic Operations Division, item number 12. Action on adoption of the Virginia Manual on Uniform Traffic Control Devices and Virginia Work Area Protection Manual adoption of regulatory amendments and completion of periodic regulatory review. Mr. Cole.
Yes, good morning, Mr. Secretary, members of the board. I'm here today regarding the adoption of the Virginia MUTCD version 11, which includes the Virginia Work Air Protection Manual version 11, adoption of regulatory amendments, and completion of the periodic agency review, as I presented to the board in July. As presented in July, VDOT went through an extensive process of engaging with our VDOT locality, consultant, federal, and other partners during the development of these documents. The new MUTCD will be applied to all projects advertised on or after January 18th, 2026. And Federal Highway has confirmed that the new manual substantially conforms with the federal MUTCD. I recommend your approval.
Mr. Cole, thank you. Let me say a few words first. That just sort of is part and parcel, or certainly part of an effort to clean up regulations and do things in a more efficient way. You know, when we came into the office, the governor, shortly after being here, issued I won't call it a challenge, I won't say, and I won't call it a directive, but it was clear that he was looking for a 25% reduction across Virginia in regulations. And we blew through that number earlier this year. One of the reasons we did Commonwealth-wide was because of EDOT, who led the way. I have to tell you, they were just at the top of the list. One, they're big and with lots of regulations, so they had lots of opportunity, but they took it seriously and really dug in and just tried to get rid of the stuff that was duplicative and unnecessary. And so we're way past 25. He's issued another challenge to get to 35. And I'm telling you, I think we may actually exceed that number. We've introduced some AI into this and across the Commonwealth. And you know, and at the end of the day, why does this matter? Well, it matters because people have to use this stuff and they got to make sense of it, and it needs to be as efficient as it can be while still protecting what it needs to protect and doing what it needs to do. And I don't have the stats in front of me, but they're available out there about how much this regulatory change, not just VDOT, but others, are saving Virginians. And it's like $20,000 a house. And it's a real number, and it's substantial. And so, you know, we're just excited about that. We're excited about the result. And just think if you can, in one 4-year term, get 35% of your regulations are gone or streamlined. Or I say they're gone. In some cases, they were duplicative, so they're not really gone, but we got rid of a lot of stuff. And some of them were just gone because they were unnecessary. And so that just brings incredible value to the citizens of Virginia, and I want to salute everybody that's been involved in that. So, Mr. Cole, is there anything to add?
No, Mr.
Any
Secretary.
questions or comments? Anybody have questions or comments? Hearing none, do we have a motion to approve? Ms. Dunlop moves. Mr. Davis seconds. Is there further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say no. With any abstentions? Thank you very much. Mr. Davis, this is a team sport here. All right, my favorite part of the meeting, Mr. Coker. How we doing?
I'm doing fantastic, sir. How are you today?
I'm doing great, thank you. Appreciate you being here, and I hope you're well today.
I'm well. Thank you for having me.
Talk to us about our bid, sir.
So, Mr. Secretary, members of the board, I have 4 projects today for your consideration in excess of $5 million. First up is order L98 in the Richmond District. This is UPC 120179. This is the Verona-Enon Bridge North Approach Foundation Repair in Henrico County. We received 6 bids with a low bid of $23.3 million from Fressinet Incorporated. This is within range, and I recommend award.
Any comments or questions? Is there a motion to approve?
I move approval.
Mr. Davis moves. Is there a second?
Second.
Mr. Good seconds. Is there further discussion? All in favor say aye. All opposed say no. Are there any abstentions? Thank you very much. Order number M31, Mr. Kirk.
M31 in the Richmond District. This is UPC 111713. This is a smart scale project. This is the Bailey Bridge Connector Improvements Project in Chesterfield County. We received 7 bids with a low bid of $19.6 million from Branch Civil Incorporated. This is within range, and I recommend award.
Any comments or questions? Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Davis moves, Mr. Good seconds. Is there further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say no. Are there any abstentions? Thank you very much, Mr. Coker. Order number M75, Hampton Roads.
Order M75 in the Hampton Roads District. This is UPC 124351. This is a HRBT eastbound reversal improvements project in the city of Hampton. We received 3 bids with a low bid of $18.2 million from Aldridge Electrical. This does exceed the range. However, all bids are within 15%, and the low bid is $2 million less than the next bidder, so I'm recommending award.
I was doing the math, Mr. Coker. Mr. Stant.
So moved.
I have a motion. Do we have a second? Ms. Sellers seconds. So a motion from Mr. Stant and a second from Ms. Sellers. Is there further discussion? Ms. Dunlop.
Explain what reversal improvements mean
Yes, ma'am.
to me.
Commissioner.
Mr. Secretary, Ms. Dunlop, what this is doing is reversing the entire eastbound tunnel to become the westbound hot lane tunnel, which includes the lighting system through the tunnel to be able to accommodate the reversal as we anticipate these 2 new tunnels coming online. So it's not only the lighting system, but it's also the ventilation system to be able to adjust the ventilation if there's a fire, to be able to accommodate fire life and safety means.
So in essence, we have 2 tunnels there now, Ms. Dunlop. One goes east, one goes west, and the 2 existing tunnels are going to go the same way. So that one that's going to have to be reversed and changed, and we'll have to do all these improvements to make that work, including moving the camera out of the middle of that 55 maintained sign.
We'll go the other way now.
Commissioner.
Yes, sir.
One of my pet peeves, you just love how things happen. So for years, in the old days, the Hampton Roads Bridge Tunnel, you literally had uniformed people in booths in the tunnel and walking, and there was a train, I'll call it, or some sort of device that ran down a track to get them in and get them out. And they'd sit up there with white gloves on and wave you on and whistle at you and go, 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 go. This is back in the 60s, right? I remember. And of course, that all went away. And then we had sort of a sign up there that said maintain 55, right? Because people, when they see the tunnel, they hit the brakes, and then they get to the bottom and they don't accelerate, and it just, it's very clunky. And when I came on board, those signs weren't really active. And so we got them active again, and they flash at you. They're still not great. But near the bottom, past the bottom of the westbound tube, and when we put up cameras, we put a camera right in front of the sign. So when you go down, you can't see the sign, which is here, because the camera's right there. I'm like, who would put the camera right in front of the sign? So we're going to move the camera when we reverse. Those little pet peeve things that drive me crazy. Mr. Coker, within 15%, $2 million less. True. Motion to approve. Mr. Stant, is there a second? Ms. Green, is there further discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed say no. Are there any abstentions? Thank you very much. Mr. Coker, order number M72 in the Lynchburg District.
Yes, sir. This is UPC 119164. This is a smart-scale road widening project on Route 311 in Pittsylvania County. We received 3 bids. Low bidder of WC English Incorporated at $24.5 million. This is within range, and I recommend award.
Are there comments or questions? Hearing none, is there a motion to approve, Ms. Green? Thank you. Mr. Laird seconds. Is there further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say no. Are there any abstentions? Thank you very much, Mr. Coker. Good work.
Thank you, sir.
Have a great day.
You too.
All right, that concludes our written agenda items. Is there any new business to come before the board today? Let me just say a few words before we adjourn. Great work by our staff again to host us here in Richmond. We appreciate all the hard work that everybody does to make these meetings go well. We've got a lot of serious work to do. We'll continue. And I'm excited about the progress we've made and sort of where we are. Great night last night, Carol, so thanks for getting us together as a group. That's always helpful, just to be able to chat with people about the world and things going on in general. Commissioner, any comments from you? Director? Any comments from the board? Ms. Dunlop?
Yes, I just have a question, sir. I was asked about the Governor's Transportation Conference,
Yes, ma'am.
and I understand that's next month
Yes, ma'am.
here in Richmond.
Yes, ma'am.
Very good. And we'll get more information about that, or?
Hope so. Today.
Oh, okay.
Our board meeting is usually concurrent with that, and I think that's the plan. A concurrent meeting right before that, and that's the plan. So, yeah, we've got a great conference. It's not a long conference, but it's got great content, and we're looking forward to doing it. We've got some great speakers coming and some good stuff we'll talk about. And we will get that information out to you post haste. Make sure you're able to take advantage of it if you can. Anybody else? Well, certainly appreciate all the hard work y'all do. Appreciate your commitment to the Commonwealth. And I wish you safe travels. Please be safe. Be thoughtful on your way home. Watch out for other people and have fun. Meeting's adjourned.